Hi, welcome back to Father and Son Investing. This is going to be a very short video for iBond investors. You may have seen some news come out yesterday that may be causing some questions for you. So let's go over that really quickly. This is from CNN Business. Bad news. Consumer prices actually climbed in December. Here's a similar article from Reuters. Revisions show U.S. consumer prices a bit firmer than previously reported. Both of these articles go on to describe some revisions that the Bureau of Labor Statistics made in their data, dating all the way back to 2018, actually. It stretches from 2018 to 2022, and it revises some of the CPI numbers, CPI data that came out. Let's talk about this revision, though, quickly, because it's important for iBond investors to understand. First of all, let's just look at some of the numbers that are actually giving people some questions here. This statement from CNN, the newly calibrated consumer price index shows that prices rose 0.1% on a seasonally adjusted basis in December from November versus previously estimated decline of 0.1%. From Reuters, data for November was also revised higher to show the CPI increasing 0.2% instead of 0.1% as previously estimated. And they also say that for October, CPI rose 0.5%, revised up from previously reported 0.4% increase. I can see how that would make iBond investors think, oh, all of this concern about the variable rate for iBonds come May 1st being so low may be overblown. I got bad news for you. That is not the case. The explanation for that is that the Bureau of Labor Statistics routinely revises data once they get the final data for a given year. So because the December data had come in for 2022, they just routinely go back and revise data. What you need to know is that these are seasonally adjusted data. These are seasonal adjustments, not non-seasonally adjusted data. You'll see here in this paragraph here from Reuters, this routine procedure, which the Department of Labor's Bureau of Labor Statistics undertakes every year, covered data from January 2018 through December 2022. You can actually download an Excel spreadsheet that will show you all of this change. It's enormous. Trust me, you probably don't want to look at it. Then it says here a very key statement: the not seasonally adjusted data are not revised. Why is that important? We're going to skip over to the Treasury Direct website where it talks about how they calculate the inflation rate and thus the variable rate for your iBond. We're going to come down here to inflation rate, and you'll see that it says inflation rate can and usually does change every 6 months. You're well aware of that if you purchase iBonds. It says this statement here: we base the inflation rate on changes in the non-seasonally adjusted consumer price index for all consumers, the CPIU, for all items, including food and energy. Key word here: based on changes in the non-seasonally adjusted CPI. So what you saw in the news that came out, while encouraging if you're looking at seasonally adjusted data and you think your iBond is going to go up, discouraging if you're looking for inflation to come down. While those numbers look like you might get a better variable rate on your iBond, the answer to that is no. One more thing I need to make you aware of. I turned out a video, you can see it now, talking about how the housing index, the shelter index, is going to affect your iBond rate come May 1st. That has to do with some new weighting criteria that are going to be applied to the data on February 14th. If you're not aware of this, go and watch that video that I did for that where it explains this in detail. But the thing that you need to know, coming from Reuters, housing now accounts for 44.384% in this new CPI weighting, up from 43%. So that piece of the pie now that housing takes up in the overall CPI is going to be worth 44%. Remember, we're going to be looking at the 2021 data. If you're not aware of this weight change, go back and look at that video that I did. But essentially, this housing change to a bigger piece of the pie is going to have a big effect on your iBond rate come May 1st. I'd encourage you to go watch that video. That's the end of this video. Sorry, if you're an iBond investor and you thought those revisions were going to help out your iBond variable rate come May 1st, the answer to that is no, it's not. I hope this was helpful for you, good information. If it was, please give us a thumbs up, and we'd love to have you as a subscriber. Until next time, enjoy your investing.